Hello, everyone. Just wait for a few seconds to admit everyone in. Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you for attending today's session. My name is Sherry, and for tonight we'll be doing AI at work. All right. So a few ground rules before we start. Keep yourself muted throughout the session to avoid disruption. And the Q&A session will be done later on at the end. Do keep your questions typed out in the chat box, and then we'll go through it at the end of the session. And also for documentation purposes, we'll be recording the Zoom session. All right, so for tonight, we have Mr. Raymond here. He is a seasoned professional with over 27 years of experience in the digital marketing industry. He is also a certified trainer with an advanced certificate in learning and performance, specializing in digital marketing and artificial intelligence programs. He is also starting the AI Entrepreneur Program to train business owners to enable AI in their businesses and also training young entrepreneurs to launch profitable AI business. So without further ado, let me just hand over the time to Mr. Raymond.
Thanks. Hi, this is Raymond. Thanks for the session for us to actually share in terms of AI, which I think the hot topic for us to actually look into in terms of how are we able to get ourselves onto the latest trend, right? Okay, so all can see my screen, huh? All right. So thanks for spending this evening with us today, all right? Of course, thanks to NLB for organizing such a wonderful webinar for us to share all the latest trend in terms of how AI, applied in our work. I think most of us actually use Gen AI, right? ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. So all these are models that we can actually use. So today, I'm going to share with you how are we able to apply all this AI concept in our work so that you can improve, in terms of how you help your companies to improve, right? In terms of your functional role. Now, before I go further, let me just do a quick introduction about myself so that at least you know who is Raymond Teo, right? Which Sherry did mention a bit about my background. Okay, I actually started digital marketing since 1998, which I was with SPH, Singapore Press Holding. I was the head of Asia One, running Asia One business for about 12 years. Right, and in between, actually after Asia One, I actually went to China with a company called Inity. So I started up Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Shanghai office. Right, so that's during my 5 year stint based in Shanghai. After which I came back to Singapore. I was a company called iClick. So iClick was doing WeChat advertising, and that was listed in NASDAQ in 2017. So you see my picture on the right side. That is my image, my picture in New York Times Square NASDAQ building, which went IPO in NASDAQ in 2017. After which 2019, I started my training business plus helping company to transform digitally in terms of their business. And of course, when 2022, when ChatGPT launched, we are able to go into AI. All right, so this is my background. Okay, now to move on to the topics. You may have some questions, right? You can post it, but later after the session, 1 hour session, I will actually pick up some of the questions from there. All right, so to most of us, okay, how do you able to apply AI in terms of the real work, right? So for me, I actually have helped companies to deploy AI in various functional roles. At the same time, we also apply AI in terms of business case. And I like to help people who want to go into AI and build their business from there. And this remind me of 30 years ago or 27 years ago when I started digital marketing from ground zero. Right? At the time, nobody knows what's internet advertising, what's digital marketing. There's no Google and no Facebook yet during 1998, 1999. Right? So now at this point of time, AI is at the infancy stage, which is just starting up, right? Of course, you heard about AI, from various so-called media, Facebook, TikTok. I'm sure you have seen it. I have a class this morning and afternoon, right? One of the learner told me he heard a lot about AI from our dear Minister Josephine Teo, right? So AI has been one of the very important topics. Even our Prime Minister talked about it, right? So how actually AI can help us in terms of our work? So the first question I want to ask, right? Will you think that Google will take over by ChatGPT? That's the first question. Okay, those who think will, right, give me a thumbs up. Means Google will be replaced by ChatGPT, right? Just a sign of thumbs up. Okay, some interaction, so that I can see, whether there's any so-called people who agree that Google will be taken over by ChatGPT. All right. Okay. So that's first concern. When I saw ChatGPT launched, right? The first question I asked myself, will Google die? But Google never die. Google never die. But it's given a threat in terms of digital marketing, definitely. Right? Now, the most relevant question for all of us here, will AI take over your job? Okay, will AI take over a job? All right, so the common reply is AI will not take over a job. But people who knows AI will take over your job. Okay, so that's something that you are here, which I'm happy to see all of you here, right? That you are starting to learn about what's AI. Of course, we'll cover in terms of the real world case study plus live demo. At the same time, how do you implement AI strategically to grow yourself? All right. So why AI matters now? Ever since 2022, when ChatGPT was launched, everybody rushed into ChatGPT. And of course, the key thing is AI will help us to improve our productivity, right? And it will improve our decision making, plus also savings, or even increase in sales, right? These are some statistics gathered by AI, right? These are the statistics gathered by AI, okay? And across organization, it covers HR, it covers marketing and sales, it covers finance, it covers operation, right? And also customer support. So in what way can AI help you in terms of improving what you do now, right? At the same time, right, I like to also let you all think, if AI, someone who know AI can replace your job, so a lot of people will be jobless, right? So how can you use AI to start a business? Okay, to start a business, right? So to start with, I like to share with you one video. Okay, one video. This video is very interesting, right? It's by Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI. Okay, so this will help us to come across what AI can do in terms of not just improve a job, but it can help us in terms of our business, okay, in our business. So, of course, you see all my posting. This is for AI entrepreneur, right? And I use this to encourage people to look into how you can build a business now. Now, in the past, right, to build a business, it will take you 10, 20 years and thousands of people to hit actually $1 billion. Now, listen to this. If
I were 22 right now and graduating college, I would feel like the luckiest kid in all of history.
Why?
Because there's never been a more amazing time to go create something totally new, to go invent something, to start a company, whatever it is. I think it is probably possible now to start a company that is a one-person company that will go on to be worth like more than $1 billion, and more importantly than that, deliver an amazing product and service to the world. And that is like a...
You hear that? Now is the best time to start a business. One person can build $1 billion company. Okay? Right? How to do that?
Crazy thing. You have access to tools that can let you do what used to take teams of hundreds. And you just have to learn how to use these tools and come up with a great idea. It's like quite amazing.
All right, so the idea is come out a great idea so that you can actually create something impactful. Of course, not to change the world, but of course, to improve businesses, to improve operation, to improve basically things that we do. You can help people, that's the best. Because in terms of business, if you can help people in their life, help people to do better, you get the business. All right, so this is the opening speech in terms of what I want to share with you, how AI can help you. And for those who may be in the midst of looking for opportunity, right? Listen carefully in terms of how you can apply AI in terms of functional role so that equip you to find a job or a better job. All right. Now, in the past, you may do HR, okay? But nowadays, you need to know other roles in terms of marketing, in terms of customer support, right? Because most company will want to apply AI across their departments, right? Now, if you are HR executive, for instance, and if you know how to apply AI for marketing, do you think you got value in that? Right? So our idea is how do you able to pick up all this skill? Okay, so later part I will share with you more in terms of how do you able to learn across all the different functional. Okay, to start with HR and recruitment. Okay, so HR itself, we able to improve our recruitment, right? In the past, people may need to scan through 100, 200 so-called application. Okay, we are now able to use AI to qualify who is actually able to do a better job through AI. Okay, so a simple concept is upload 100 job application into ChatGPT, and it can help you to sieve out the 100 applicants who are the top 3 candidates that you can actually recruit and interview first. You understand? Okay, so these are the various tools that you can actually apply using so-called Gen AI. Okay, for resume, of course, screening, you can actually screen through in terms of what are the resume that you can actually carry it up, right? Out of, let's say, 100 resume, for those who work in HR, you know how painful to go through 100 resume. So by updating all those resume, you able to identify who is the best talent among all the 100 of them, instead of you screening through one by one. Of course, if you screen through one by one, right, there's a chance that you may miss out in terms of the role. All right. So how are you able to actually do it? Yes, of course, AI can help you on that. Okay. Now, let me pull up the videos, okay, to demonstrate to you how actually we can build all the functional role on that. Okay. Just give me a second in terms of putting the video. All right. So we have all the demos which we created. I just want to show the video first, right? So later part, I will show you the practical execution in terms of, okay, job generation, differentiate, okay, HR. Can you see the video?
In this video, I'll walk you through a quick candidate analysis for a data analyst role in banking and finance, which is done with the power of a custom GPT. So this GPT has been pre-trained with all the instructions it needs. So all we had to do was upload the job description and resumes, and it automatically analyzed everything for us. So as you can see here, I have already uploaded the data analyst JD as well as 2
So this video illustrates we have uploaded all this so-called resume. So it's easy for you to actually understand that, because if I do it, sometimes then we have some hiccup here and there. So this video actually complete the whole so-called illustration of how we qualify the learners.
Resumes for this demo. So let's see how it works. Firstly, it checks what the role requires, and here it said, okay, that the ideal candidate should have experience in handling financial data, Tableau, Power BI, SQL, Python, and so on and so forth. And now it compares how these different candidates match up to this job description. So firstly, candidate Ben Wong, who is a business intelligence analyst with 3 years of experience. So you can see that it has highlighted the strengths as well as the gaps, and has scored Ben a 6 out of 10 because Ben has strong technical skills in data visualization, but lacks banking experience, and basically in the financial world, he lacks experience and is has an opportunity for upskilling himself. And with candidate Alice Tan, it has also listed out her strengths and gaps and scored her 9 out of 10 because Alice is a strong candidate with direct experience in the finance world, who has done also risk modeling and has compliance knowledge. So because of this, the custom GPT has analyzed and suggests that Alice is the best fit and should be shortlisted for this role, whereas Ben Wong has great BI skills but is better suited for a general data analytics role. And that is the power of custom GPTs, where it does all the hard work in just seconds and saves up a lot of time. Not only that, it can also export this into an Excel. So here, as you can see, you can just click on this download candidate analysis report, and the Excel should look something like this, where you have a summary of the analysis that it has provided, divided into categories such as experience, skills, industry knowledge, certifications, alignment with job roles, and the final score. So this score is out of 10. However, again, these are all prefixed or pre-trained. If you want the score to be out of 5, you can also adjust it in the back end according to what you like.
So my team actually created the backend and able to come out a spreadsheet, right? So just imagine, I just only do 3, right? If you got 100 of applicants, 500 of applicants, then all this can help you to shortlist the top 3 most potential candidates, right? Which you can interview first. And this is just a split of, right, minutes for you to do that. Now, if for HR executive, I believe some HR executive here, right? For you to screen through 500 resume, it will probably take you weeks, right? 1 week or 2 weeks to finish. So AI able to help you and resolve all this in terms of minutes and qualify them accordingly. But of course, the condition is you must set your specification clearly. All right, what kind of skill you want and how do you rate the so-called applicants accordingly. Then it will give you the best result.
That is about it. Thank you so much for watching.
All right, so this is an example of how we build in terms of HR interview. Okay, so if you got all the resume, you can actually able to deploy Gen AI to help you to screen through your resume and cut off the human error, right? See, we are all human, right? So when you screen through, sometimes because of the 100, 200, 500 resume, there's a chance that you may miss up somebody. So when you use AI, of course, that will help you a lot. So just imagine, it take you 2 weeks of job to screen through. Now within 1 day, you can actually qualify who you interview. So that will cut down a lot of time in HR. All right. So that is the thing that, you can able to analyze and rank the candidates accordingly and prioritize your so-called interviews. Okay, next thing in HR, you can do onboarding, right? So onboarding is another way you can instantly answer, right, to some of the common questions and help your new entries, right, in terms of employees to understand what's your company's policy in terms of culture, benefits, and all this thing. All right. So let me show you the real example. Okay. I actually use my company called eDragon, right, which you've seen it earlier on, all right, to build in terms of onboarding guide. Now, this is what you see, which I believe most of you actually have seen ChatGPT interface. Of course, for me, I pay for this ChatGPT Plus, right? And with that, I'm able to create custom GPT, all right? So I actually able to upload my handbook onto the backend, all right? And build this front end for anyone who actually join eDragon. If anyone looking for a job, right, you can explore, okay, coming to my company. So what you do is you can ask them about eDragon culture. So it's just a link, okay, it's just a link that you can actually create and send to that. Later I'll show you the backend, right? Let me show you the front end first. So example, what is eDragon culture? Enter. So eDragon's culture is to build around energy, creativity, and collaboration, right? So basically, you don't need to have a HR executive to brief your new stuff, all right? Let ChatGPT do the job, but you must train the ChatGPT in terms of putting your handbook and all this thing in. So this is basically something that, any employees who join, they can actually go in and prompt any question you want, right? So from there, you can actually guide them. So how do you see the backend? Okay, so when you go inside there, you can actually upload and create so-called your handbook and upload into the system. Okay, all right, and then you can actually share the link. This is the link that you can share, right, to your stuff. Right, so this one is the link you create and then share your stuff. So all of you can actually access if you want. Later part I can upload into the group chat. Okay, anyone want to join eDragon? Can actually, look through our culture first, right? From there, okay, copy link I will can put in the group chat for you to follow through, right? So with this custom GPT, you're able to explore in terms of how you're able to create your program accordingly, right? So these are things that you can actually add in and all this thing, right? So that from there, the whole so-called handbook is uploaded and you can able to actually qualify all the newcomers to actually join you and able to go through that. So custom GPT is able to build some of the so-called handbook in terms of onboarding stuff for your team, right? Now, another way is you can also use some automation. Okay, what is this automation, right? Let me share with you in terms of example. We have created using automation, this is called N8N, right? To build this platform. So same thing, your staff, employee can actually use this to prompt. I show you what is the company's culture. So the company culture as such, reply. Tell me more about management style. So they come out all the response for you, all right? So all these are so-called automation that you can create for your HR department. So there are two types. First, I use custom GPT, which you saw just now for eDragon. This is a company called Silver Ridge Holdings, right? But using a automation called N8N to create, right? So these are all the AI stuff that we have built up that you can actually apply in your company, okay? So HR, the two live demo. One is interview and go through all the 100, 200 so-called applicants. Second is the onboarding, right? All our AI chatbot can do it. Okay, next is marketing and sales, right? How are we able to create interesting so-called marketing to help the company to make it in so-called effective to reach out? So we can analyze in terms of audience behavior, in terms of customers, right? We can segment the customers clearly. Who are they? If you have so-called 1,000 of your so-called customers, you can upload their profile and get AI to come out the list of profile of user that you can target, right? At the same time, you can actually create personalized content to reach out to them, right? To reach out to them. So if you're able to understand your customer well, you're able to get so-called your ROI, your campaign effectiveness, right? So what are the things you can do? You can do dynamic email content. You can do product recommendation. Of course, you can do optimal, send times in terms of your message. But I prefer to show you something more interesting, which is in terms of creative. Okay, so my team have created this video, which I'm going to show you. All right. So this video is produced, of course, using all the AI tools. Not one AI tools, but several AI tools. Okay, so let me show you one of the case study which we have created. Take a look at this video.
Small curls like fabric in a stare. She wears danger like a dare. Shots, she don't need a head. Twist my trouser skin. She gets away trends begin.
Take note, all the model, even the song, are all AI created. Okay, none of them are real. All right.
Mademoiselle. Chanel.
Right, of course, this is a luxury brand. Let me show you another brand, which is more practical for all of us. Okay, take a look of this. Creative. Toothpaste. So 2086, how people brush teeth. From 10 of 1000 BC. Now 2157, how robots brush teeth.
Okay, brushing through centuries.
Right, interesting, right? Now, what I want to show you is because in sales and marketing, right, we need a lot of creative ideas. Now, in the past, to create all this video easily cost you 100, 200,000, even $500,000 for Coco Chanel. You saw that one, right? Now, by using AI, okay, this will only produce within tens of $1,000s. Okay, how much? Of course, I will share with you now, right? And it will take 1 month for the real life to produce all the video. Now in AI, only 3 days to produce all this video, right? So in terms of sales and marketing, these are some of the things that we can deploy. So even SMEs, you are now able to create, right, creative content, able to customize for your target audience, right? For them to able to appreciate your products and your services through all the videos. Okay, so how are you able to create all this so-called, effective visual creative? So AI can do that. But of course, this AI is not, the just only one tool. You need a few applications to put together the video. So in ASK, we will have some program to guide you how to actually, put this together and produce, of course, simple video. Okay, simple video. All right. So by doing all the so-called model, ChatGPT, Gemini, you also can create some simple video, right? And you can also create all the creative in terms of content, body copy, CTAs, and all these things. So these are something which you can make use of ChatGPT to create, right? I've done practically, some case study just to share with you, right? I also sell bird nests, right? For those who know me in my class before, I also sell durian. Besides being a trainer, this is, okay, just my interest. Because I like to eat durian, I sell durian. My friend asked me to sell bird nest, I sell bird nest. But how do I apply all these AI tools into it? Let me show you practical example. You can see all the posts all generated by AI. In this case, this is Gemini. Gemini produce this image for me, right? And I also produce all this posting through Canva using the AI. Okay, I can see different background, but same product image. Let me show you one of the so-called social media posts I did.
Bird's nest, total game changer. High protein, pure energy boost. And my skin, smooth and radiant, seriously, like a mini facelift. Trust me, you need this in your life. Grab it now and feel the difference. Guys.
All right, this is one example. I got another one, sample.
Edible bird's nest.
What's the issue?
It's just bird spit, right?
Exactly. Gourmet bird spit with vitamins.
You notice there's just a pipit.ai. Now, how do I produce it? Let me just show you. Go to CapCut. Right? CapCut is a tool, of course, part of ByteDance. Right? They're able for you to create a new video by inputting images or video. Okay? And it's able to generate 10 different versions of video, which you saw two just now. So after I create this thing, within 2-3 minutes, pop, I upload into my bird nest. Can you see this thing, pipit.ai? Right? Okay, because in interest of time, I cannot demo to you. You all go to CapCut, create new video, go to pipit.ai, you were able to generate the video you saw just now. Okay? By upload one actually video, which I have it from my partner, and then automatically the AI will generate 10 versions of different video for me, including the avatar you saw just now. Interesting, right? Okay, so now marketing has been becoming quite easy if you can deploy all this solution, right? Okay, and of course, the typical Facebook post, everything is quite simple. I think most of you have done so before, all right? I hope to show you something a bit different. Okay, so these are some of the examples from HR to sales and marketing that we can actually deploy, right? Using all those tools or models we talk about, right? Now about finance and operations, okay? How are we able to screen through all your statement, reconcile all your data, right? All your numbers in terms of, you know, so-called supply and demand, all these things, right? Where credit and debit, how do you able to balance it off? Okay, so you must do reconcile, right? For those in finance department, you know. Okay, so what are things we can do? We can do pattern recognition, right? Risk scoring, automated alerts, right? So all these are things that we can use AI or machine learning to detect, especially fraud detection. Okay, fraud detection. I just actually have a customer, okay? They are the biggest legal money lender, right, in Singapore, and able to actually use a solution. What solution is that? Let me show you. Okay, this is a practical solution which created by a local company called 6 Estates. Okay, 6 Estates. So this company able to provide a solution for finance, right? For them to able to create all the duplication of the content. Okay, let me show you example. Just one typical example of an Indonesian car dealer.
Introducing the upgraded room buyback submission process, designed for effortless use by over 7.
Now, as you know that, you know, all these so-called businesses, they need to screen through all their application, be it in terms of their income statement, be it in terms of all their so-called finance status, right? So this is one solution which is able to solve all these issues.
1,000 room showroom partners. Through 6 Estates technology, we're making the process smarter with intelligent document processing and AI, transforming buyback manual data entry into a snap with just a camera. Just snap up your bank statement, Upload the image on the KYC verification form.
So need to know your customer, right? So they have all the so-called tools to qualify your customers.
Upload button. Give real-time buyback operational details. To update your inventory list, just snap your car's license and registration documents, then upload image to the car verification form. Let our system accurately fill out the buyback form for you. Room can handle a higher volume of daily buyback transactions quickly, accurately, and with greater efficiency in manpower. Start with a snap. Speed up buyback process. Boost your showroom business.
Okay, so this will help in terms of the financial so-called backend, right? Take for example, right? If you want to dish out a loan for those company, right? They need to check in terms of all their documents. So normally take 1 to 2 weeks to do due diligence. By having AI, it will just only take them only 1 day to 2 days. Cut down in terms of 90% of the time spent. All right. So let me actually show you in terms of some of the example. All right. Okay. So let me just show you. Okay, I cannot show you the detailed data, but I can show you in terms of some documents, right, which 6 estates have shown me, because sensitive, right? Okay, sorry. This is some process. So basically, it's the solution. They are able to get all the digitized format, right, for people to go through and able to analyze whether is your statement tally or not, right? Or even because the company who do the money lending, right, they need to know whether the document is actually any fraudulence on it. So this is the process flow. Okay, you scan our document, they will scan through, right, including bank statement and whatever, and they're able to give a warning indicator. If there's indication that someone actually forged the signature or the data or the numbers. Okay, sometimes they add 1 more zero or whatever, 1 more comma and all those things. Human may not able to detect, but AI can detect. Okay, so this is the solution which we able to apply in a company application for those who want to qualify loan application in this case, right? So this is one of the application you can do. Okay, another application we can actually do is in terms of course, checking the statement. Checking statement, reconcile. So let's watch this video.
I created a form to upload a bank statement. I showed how the bank statement looked like. This is a sample bank statement found on the internet.
Okay, so they upload the statement, right? From, of course, download from the web.
I created a simple account ledger in Google Drive so that the AI can compare the bank statement with a sample account.
By the way, these are all the so-called demo we created by our team. Okay, our internal team who created it. And he's using this automation called N8N to reconcile bank statement.
I uploaded the bank statement and the automation starts. Once done, it output a report in the Google Sheet. Showing everything matches.
So means that unmatched. Don't have unmatched transaction.
And modified the figure for another row.
And now my partner Alvin modified the content. Okay, modified content. All right.
This would create unmatched record and a discrepancy in the amount between the account and the bank statement. I then deleted the previous report in the Google Sheet and re-upload the bank statement. This time, the generated report shows that there's unmatched transaction and discrepancy as well.
All right. So basically, you use the automation when you upload, let's say, for example, right, 1,000, pieces of statement, which is normally, if in a company, right, if you have huge transactions, you probably hit 1,000 pages of so-called statement. And from there, you can do reconcile by using AI. Okay, you save a lot of work, right? So these are things that you can actually look at in terms of reconcile your statement using AI. And this will save a lot of time. Okay, and of course, just now I show you, you recognize the pattern, they're able to even look into any potential fraudulence, right? So that you are able to make sure that, if you are doing loan business, example, right, it can be detected, right? Some of them human eyes cannot see, all this can be done. And of course, you can automate your invoice processing, okay? Capture your document, data validations. So the AI does this very well. Okay, able to validate all your documents. Okay, so having all your documents scanned and doing reconcile, right, all this has been, of course, one of the AI application on that. So in terms of error, you can actually reduce 95%. And if you use human, chances of you got error very high, right? And you got 70% time savings and 500,000. In fact, I got HSBC video from Indonesia to show you in terms of their credential. They used the 6 estate solution. It cut off 99% in terms of error reductions. Okay, but I will not show you here, right? Because interest of time. Okay, so these are things that we show you just now in terms of the demo, right? Scan all this so-called the document you saw just now, the statement, and do so-called reconcile. At the same time, give you the so-called reports. Okay, now customer support, right? We are able to look into some of the customer support. Let me just look into it. Okay, video recording be served, right? Okay, what program to create? Okay, later I'll come to the question, right? I saw some question. Okay, now customer support is what, right? In terms of company, right? There are a lot of issues in terms of you cannot respond immediately, especially to what? Especially like restaurants, clinics, they're not able to answer phone call sometimes, right? Even has alone, when your staff is busy, nobody able to answer phone call on time. So some of you may have all these challenges and they may not even able to answer, okay, the questions. So of course, you can even detect emotion of the so-called customers, whether they're happy or happy, and you can actually detect that, right? And plus also, how are you able to collect data and identify the trend? And from there, you're able to allocate your resources, okay, to do all this thing. Now, before AI, right, long wait time, okay, inconsistent answering of the phone call, and plus even sometimes, right, when you are so-called overwhelmed, you no way you can answer the phone call. Example like restaurants, okay, you all know, when the business so good, right, there's nobody able to sit there and stand there to answer phone call. You have to cover all the roles, right? So in this case, we need to see how you can use customer, to build a simple support bot on this. Okay, now I'm going to show you a real example, but because this is through Zoom, normally I demo it through live demo. Okay, we have did a example of a client called Thirsty Nico. I don't know if you have this company. Okay, so this cafe restaurant is based in somewhere near Blastier and Fella Road. Anyone been there before? No? Thirsty Nico. Okay. So by having their website, we created a live demo. Okay. Now I must have this disclaimer because it's actually demo through Zoom. It may be a bit challenging. Okay, but let me try. Okay, let me try. Because this is very interesting demo that I want to show you. Okay. We actually use WhatsApp to do the booking. Okay. Hi. Can I help me to do, hello, can you make reservation for me tomorrow, 7 p.m.
I'd be happy to help you with that. May I have your name, please?
Hi, I'm Raymond.
Thank you, Raymond. How many guests will be joining you for the reservation?
I have 5 person joining me.
Great. So, to confirm, a reservation for Raymond tomorrow at 7 p.m. for 6 guests. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Your reservation
Can you see the date updated here? Raymond, 6 packs.
tomorrow at 7 p.m. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
你可以讲华语吗？
当然可以。请问还有什么需要帮助的吗？
你们餐厅有什么就是招牌菜？
我们餐厅有许多招牌菜，包括创意的日式融合小吃。您可以尝试我们的鸡肉串烧、章鱼烧和寿司卷，都是非常受欢迎的选择。还有什么我可以为您介绍的吗？
好，没有，谢谢。Okay, I don't know whether you can hear so-called the booking. All right. So I actually showed just now in terms of the restaurant, and we upload the restaurant website onto the backend. And my partner created so-called this AI bot as a customer service. You're here in terms of the so-called Chinese version, right? So meaning if you want to actually generate all this AI bot, they can respond in English, in Mandarin, in Malay, in Indians, so you don't have to recruit all people, even Japanese, French, Spanish, all can actually respond to it, right? So I hope you can hear it. If you cannot hear it, then probably too bad, right? Next time attend our class, then we can show you in the classroom. So basically this we call AI, bot solution, able to help us to manage customer service, okay? Which able to do all the support, right? And you can hear, right? In the past, when you do booking, you just do the reservation. But now with this so-called chatbot, they can answer the questions, right? To help people to so-called, ask what are your specialty, what are your dishes, and all these other questions. So long we can input the data, you're able to actually do it. Now, Thirsty Nico actually asked us, all right? We actually demo to them, right? They love it a lot, right? So they want to actually, put in additional stuff in terms of, getting the AI to help them to arrange the table. Meaning, right, if user come in, call 2 packs, 4 packs, so they want us to arrange so-called they are having the table number straight away. So all this can be done. So now we are in the midst of helping them to customize, the request according to their needs. Okay, so this we call the solution. Using AI, you can create and apply for your business. Okay, so the idea is how are you able to train the model, and then you upload the relevant content. Okay, And at the same time, you must design the flow of your conversation. Of course, you must test and refine to make sure it is so-called good for you to, respond accordingly. And of course, you can choose ladies' voice instead of the man's voice. Okay, and we continue to improve on it accordingly. Now, the idea for all this chatbot, you must make sure you have enough so-called the right data you feed into them for them to able to answer those questions. In the past, the typical so-called chatbot is FAQ. But now, so long we're able to provide, example, the website, in this case, the website only, they can go and pick up the menu and recommend to you what are the dishes you can actually do. All right, so far so good. So these are some of the examples you can actually see it and apply it immediately. So this is called AI reservations, right? AI reservation in terms of the business we create. You may not see it. Let me just show you in terms of the Facebook which I created. Okay, this will help you to able to do reservation. Right, you can see all my profile AI reservation. So at least you can see and appreciate what it is about. So basically, this helps restaurants to do booking. Okay, AI reservation. It's just new, right? I have not launched it yet, right? So we're able to help so-called restaurants to take on all the reservation. Even their staff is busy, it will just route into the restaurants. Oh yeah, another restaurant actually requests, can I don't use this AI upfront? Meaning 3 rings. If my staff never pick up, it will route to the AI. Right? So that is also can be done. After 3 rings, if your staff is busy, we route for AI to take over. Because they want to be more personalized. Right? So in this case, they won't miss any business. Right? So after 3 rings, if the staff is really busy, because they want to do personalization, right? Means pick up as a human first. After 3 rings, if nobody pick up, then we route to AI who take over the business. Okay, now with all this concept in mind, with all this solution in mind, how are you able to apply it, effectively, so-called for your business? Now, I must say AI is not so-called the end game. It's a journey, right? So you need to know how to apply all this so-called concept and idea, right? To adopt all these things and make sure first thing, you must have a clear strategy. Okay, how AI able to solve your problems, right? And as what Sam Altman say, one-man company can build $1 billion business. Okay, next, you must also have a good data. Clean up your data. And please take note, do not upload your data onto the open ChatGPT, which is the free one. Okay, because it's not secure. Right? Because the learner asked me, can I upload my data information onto ChatGPT and Gemini? I said, are you paid or not paid? He said, not paid. Okay, not paid, please do not update or do not upload. All right, because when you upload, it's become open domain. Open domain. Anybody, if they're going to search, example, if you upload your company's salary onto ChatGPT, and somehow somebody's trying to pull information, right? Then your salary being reviewed in the public eyes. Okay, so if you want to upload all this sensitive information, I would suggest you take the enterprise version, which is per month 200 USD one. Then it's more secure. Okay, and at the same time, you must clean your data. All right, and of course, you need training, right? How to use AI effectively. So you must have continuous training for your team, right? And take note, AI is not magic. It cannot do everything you thought it can be done. Okay, so we need to train them, right? We need to slowly update them and set a realistic timeline on that. So how do you actually start to organize in terms of your business? Okay, especially for those who got so-called company or your business. All right, start a pilot project and make sure you have your department roll out slowly, phase by phase. Okay, do not one shot try to implement everything. Okay, so my suggestion is, of course, you can start from sales and marketing, then slowly go to HR, then go to finance, right? Slowly then affect your whole company. right, in terms of applying the AI. And what's the process? Identify a pain point. Okay, assess your readiness. Are you ready? Right, in terms of do you have your data and your data is it clean? Right, and what solution you want? Because in the market there are hundreds and thousands of solutions. Okay, you must find what solution to do. And of course, pilot and test it and apply it. Then you must make sure you're able to measure success in terms of the metrics. So what are the ROI? Okay, time saved. Remember, from 2 weeks, you cut down to 2 days. Okay, from example, in terms of you spend, let's say, $100,000 to produce the creative. Now it cut down to $10,000, example. Okay, so these are things that you can do. Of course, increase revenue, right? And cut down your error, just like the financial. They can cut down error by 95%, or in HSBC case, 99%. And then, of course, your customer satisfaction score. So these are the metrics you need to set in terms of measurement. Then you know whether your implementation of AI tools is successful or not. But at the same time, qualitative benefits, right? Of course, happier staff, right? And you got innovation, so-called idea for your companies. At the same time, your brand perception getting better, right? Of course, now with all the AI stuff, right, it's good for you to improve. And if you are able to apply AI well, right, your ROI will be quite substantial. So what are the critical success factors? Right, first, you must make sure the management, the top leaders in the company endorse it and commit to it. Okay, it's just like, you know, when .com days, right? In 1998, we tried to sell advertising to all the brands. Okay, it's very hard because it's already proven newspaper works for them. How are they able to buy internet advertising? Right now, so we are able to get the management support. Then from there we push it down. Right, cross-functional teams and continuous learning. Right, you all know that last 2-3 days, right? Gemini launched their 3.0, and 2 days ago there's Nano Banana Pro that launched. Just now in our class, we're just having fun with Nano Banana Pro, right? Okay, and the banana become a very buzzword in the class. Okay, so you need to able to know what is actually Nano Banana Pro good for. Okay, one of the strong points is you can come up with very good infographics. Okay, so we actually have fun. Just now I was doing it in the class just now. Agile approach. Okay, make sure you're able to get feedback on that accordingly. All right, so this cover all the key points in terms I want to cover. Right, now before I take Q&A, right, let me just finish up some of the slides, right, that you can do. Now, for big companies, all right, I would suggest that you look into some AI training for your companies. For individual, of course, you can attend a workshop, attend classes in terms of example like ASK. So for you to update yourself in terms of so-called the latest technology and what can you apply on that. And how are you able to look into the technical considerations, right, in terms of how you build your case. Okay, so AI is now accessible. Everybody can use AI, but how are you able to solve problems? Okay, and make sure you measure the metrics. And of course, for companies, invest in training your people how to get themselves updated. Okay, so your next step, assess your readiness, identify quick wins. All the decks will send to your copy, right, from NLB, right? They will send a copy to you. Okay, now we also have a community, okay, which we have built because AI has actually built so fast. In our Facebook group, we have created this called AI Digital Hub, okay, where all of you actually can join. Okay. Digital Hub. Yep. We have built this so Facebook group about 4-5 months ago, and now we got 500 over members. Okay, and this is of course by ASK trading, right? And you can see I post Nano Banana Pro. That was about 3 days ago. Latest happening, right? After Gemini 3, Google launches Nano Banana Pro. I've seen many posts on this, so have you tried it? And then of course I got my partner Peter who also posts some of the latest happening, Gemini 3. Because almost every day you will read news about AI, but is it working for you? So example, these are a report from CNBC. I just share with you.
AI, of course, is changing the way that HR leaders think about their workers. So over the past week, CNBC conducted a flash survey of about 20 senior HR leaders, all members of the CNBC Workforce Executive.
So when we see relevant news, relevant trend, relevant technology, we will update here accordingly, right? So Peter actually uploaded some of the stuff, right? Peter is my partner who based in Malaysia, and he is a data scientist. He chart the data science and AI strategy even for Malaysia, not company, it's for country, Okay, so he has a know-how to do that, right? Okay, so this is what we do. You can see a bit technical, some of them. He's data scientist. You can see something he posts can be quite complicated, but it's good for you to know. All right, so these are the page that you can actually sign on. So what you do, you just scan and join the group. Okay, and this we will help you to get updated in the latest trend of AI. Once we reach 1,000 so-called members, we are going to organize quarterly updates in terms of AI technology by Peter. Okay, so this is something that we're going to do. And of course, in ASK, we are going to launch so-called our diploma, which is coming soon, where we will cover more in depth. What you hear from me is only probably 5% or 3%. Okay, we got much more to show you in terms of real case study, right? And of course, got classroom style in terms of training. And available now is actually WSQ Gen AI. You can scan and go to our website and take a look, right? So for those who are interested in specific modules or whatever, you can let our so-called colleagues know in terms of what you can do. All right. And this is some introduction about ASK. We are able to go up to 95% funding, etc. All this thing. Okay, you'll be in your stacks that you can actually do that. Now, let us answer some of the questions. Okay. Now, let me just pull back. Okay, we'll record. I got question asked. Okay, if every department begins using AI, how will governance be approached in such organizations? So, Harish, you were saying that if AI is deployed in all the department, okay, how are you going to governize it? Okay. So basically, if every department begins using AI, you need to make sure that you have a proper tracking. You see, a lot of people use AI, right? They may actually blindly use AI without reading the result. But I must tell you, AI is not 100% so-called accurate or correct. Make sure you must read and actually humanize it in terms of the result and apply so-called what they recommend in the human manner. Okay, not just everything AI. I got learners who actually attend my class. They just use AI to churn out the answer, copy and paste. And out of 9 questions, 6 wrong. So I have asked him to redo it. Okay, so please make sure you have to manage it and interfere with human checking. AI can analyze very fast, but problem is, are we able to upload parameters in one shot to AI? Yes, of course, you can. Yok Ting. We will show you the solution. How do you able to scan and upload in a short time? Okay, what program to create a demo? We're going to share with you more in detail. You're referring to the video, right? I'm sure. Okay, so we actually have about 6 applications. For the video you saw in Coco Chanel and Colgate, there are 6 applications we put together, including example at Adobe, to create an image, to create an animation, to create all the music together. Such realistic AI video can only be created using paid AI tool. Yes, of course, right? You can't be free, You can't be free. But there's a free so-called tool which under Gemini, but you must pay for $20 a month, $20 a month, called Veo 3. You can try that. Were the ideas generated by AI? Yes, you can get AI to come out the idea, come out the storyboard, and then they actually help you to generate all the so-called script. Then you, of course, use it for your video. How do I get started to learn about ChatGPT and how to apply it? Attend class. Dr. BC Lim, is it? Okay. Attend class, right? If you do not know how to use ChatGPT, right? Attend some classes. I got about 4 learners today in my class in the morning and afternoon. One of them is 72 years old. His name is Benjamin. He has not used ChatGPT before, right? But now, after the morning afternoon class, right, he is quite good about it. He can answer some of the questions that actually do that. Okay, our colleague answer you. All right. Did not the few IT marketers AI produce ads take away the job? Yes, actually true, PL, right? Means sometimes got no choice, right? You see the models, do you think they got job? AI can create the models, okay? Of course, the creative, the videographer and all sorts of stuff. But they have to be more creative, have to be more creative, okay? In fact, I have a learner who is actually a videographer in my class today. So I was asking him, do you feel that your job will be threatening? He said, yes, it's definitely affected. But he's trying to do something differently. Okay, so he's looking for something different. Can provide some of the AI tools to produce the video. Okay, I show you just how CapCut. Okay, because not enough time. I only given 1 hour to do all the presentation. That's why I can see that I speak quite fast. 1 hour. Normally, I take one whole day. Slowly, one by one. I will actually, share with each of you. Clearly, no. Hence, my question to the meeting organizer about governance. Okay, one option is the organizer should build its own LLM. Yes, Harish, you're right. Okay, but to build LLM, of course, you must have the knowledge how to build it. Okay, if you are technical, of course, that's good. But majority here, I believe, is more layman. Okay, so you can actually do it. All right. If I use ChatGPT Plus, will my information be safe? Yes. If you are paid according to ChatGPT, which I do research, it is safer than the free one, but it's still not guaranteed. Okay, you read through their so-called handbook. Yes, it's safe, but not guaranteed. Okay, I would still suggest you use the enterprise version. So must be paid tools, especially for finance and invoice. Yes, of course. Janice, please do not upload all your invoice and whatsoever under the free so-called ChatGPT. You will probably have a lot of issues. So please do not do that. Okay, you have to actually pay for the enterprise version, right? To this concern when working in organization. Yes, as I said, you all must actually first clean your data and next subscribe to enterprise. Now, if you are very sensitive, as what Harish mentioned, build from scratch your solution. Okay, build from scratch. Okay, but of course, cost money lah. Are you able to do it? You know, a Sixth Estate is actually a secure platform because they do not use ChatGPT. The one I show you, Sixth Estate, they don't use ChatGPT. They build from scratch in terms of the program, right? In terms of the platform. Okay, it's not ChatGPT. They build from scratch. Okay, so it's more secure. How long does it take to design and implement the? How long? How many members involved in development? The members need to be IT trained. This one is, of course, I can't review to you, Lin. Yes, it took us some time to build, but not a lot of time. Okay, basically about 1 day, 1 day to build this because the platform already there. It's just that we need to upload in terms of their website data, okay, and plus do some setting for them, okay. So it still needs a whole IT expert team to create AI solution. Yes, if you want to build from scratch, then yes, you need to have a AI team. Build from scratch, but if you buy off the shelf, then not necessary, okay. On what problem you want to solve first before the, yes, Harish, agree. Depends on what problem you solve first, okay. You don't need to have a whole IT expert on that, all right. You can download slides. Okay, thanks. I think Amanda upload the slides there already. A question for later, if every department begins, okay. Okay, thanks for that. Can AI solution replace conventional software or is only serve as supportive? No, in fact, Roy, AI solution, if you heard about this thing called vibe coding. Vibe coding actually able to create apps without even put in a single code. Okay, I have no time to show you. I've created 3-4 apps by just prompting the platform, and it built an app for me, and it just take me about half an hour to train the apps, right? So I can't show you now because not enough time, because we have to finish by 8 o'clock. Okay, one option is the organization, okay, should bring its own, yes. Okay, good, Harish. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Okay, I'm trying to move fast one so that, we can actually cover it on time. All right, so I've covered all the questions, okay, in terms of those posted there. Any other questions? Okay, if you've got more time, let me show you additional, okay, some very casual application which I create. All right, some application which I create. All right, now for those people who actually, I just talked to someone, right, in last week. He said, Raymond, I'm going to photo studio to take a so-called picture of myself, right? So I said, why must you go to photo studio to take a picture of yourself? You can use AI. So I show him how I created it. This is my image I took last year with a very casual outfit. So I use Gemini. The time is still 2.5, not 3 yet. 3 now probably better. I just prompt, create a professional profile picture of above image wearing a black suit with hand crossed showing confidence and dedication in training business. So look at the result. I think this is what you see in my so-called post, in my deck also. Good. Do I need to go to photo studio to take a picture anymore? No more. Okay. So through AI helps to create something like that easily. All right, nowadays. Okay. So you all can actually prompt it correctly, help you to create the image. So what I did also, I actually prompt with this, use the image, create a video. Just VO3 came out the time. I asked them to do a dance to get attention of a crowd around him. So it create a video. That's what you see now on the screen. So Raymond, not just a trainer, I can dance also. All right. Okay, just a casual sharing in terms of how I do it. Right. When I upload resume to AI, can it help to come up with reason for leaving? Yes, Philip, of course. They were able to, you must work out the prompt, right? In terms of what are the reasons people actually leaving. And then from there, you do your action plan to avoid people leaving your company. Wonder if AI image be acceptable for official document like passport. I have not tried it before. Janice, you can try, right? But there's certain apps already able to take a real passport picture. Or AI, I don't know, I haven't tried before. How to create effective prompts? Yes, okay, there are a few prompt framework that you can think of. Okay, so one of the so-called framework I use most of the time is called RTF. The role, a task, and the format. And there are 20 over kind of different framework. You can actually try it out. Okay, to know more, so maybe you can subscribe to one of the lesson that you can actually apply accordingly. How to implement QC. For example, you loaded 1,000 CVs and AI suggests 5 people, but there could be more qualified people. Then you keep prompting again. Okay, see, right? You keep prompting the right questions. So you can actually, as I mentioned, AI is not 100% correct. Okay, you must able to prompt them so that they're able to even do the QC themselves. But through the prompting also. Or otherwise, you can use different so-called model to do a check, right? Double check, okay, to confirm that this is the best 5 people they can do it. Will my image be digitally present in Gemini? Yes. When you upload, it is digitally so-called present in there. Please show again a prompt for your photo in professional code. Sure, Linda. Okay, my prompt, right? This is my prompt here. Okay, showing confidence and dedication in the training business. All right, you can take picture. Hopefully, take picture already. Okay, got more question. Is Gemini better than ChatGPT for beginners? Yes, Eugene, good question. Good question. Now, what is AI to you? AI is machine learning, right? In order to have so-called a good result, what must you have? You must have data. So in the whole world, who do you think have the most data, right? Now, Google started in year 2000, right? And for the last 25 years, now 2025, right? They have collected a lot of data. Through what? Not just through search. They got YouTube, they got Chrome, they got Android, they got GA4, a lot of data. So personally, right, I would use Gemini more as compared to ChatGPT. But different so-called apps, they have their different purposes. So when you go to my AI Digital Hub, right, you were able to see this so-called image, right, where which model will be good for you to apply. Example, this is October. Great at writing for GPT-5, strong at coding, excellent reasoning. Now is 5.1, GPT 5.1. Now, October, 2.5, strong search integration, excellent logic and math, and combines text and images. But now it's Gemini 3. So see, almost every month, there is a new updates. So whatever you see here, next month may not be accurate anymore. So please get yourself update in the latest so-called trend so that you can get it through. Now, what this actually image show you, different model will have their different strength. So if you use ChatGPT for everything, you may not get the best result. Okay, so you must try out different purposes. Take for example, if you are in Twitter, use Grok 4 because Grok 4 is owned by Elon Musk. And of course, Elon Musk owns Twitter. So that's why real-time context reacts. Okay, same thing. Google is strong in search. So they have a strong search integration because they will never share their search data with GPT, right? ChatGPT, OpenAI. Okay, is there any way to remove any uploaded image that has been uploaded to the AI tools? You delete our account. Okay, but I think once you upload the information, it's already in the public domain. Okay, I think there is certain way you can delete away. I've not tried it myself, but I read from somewhere you can go in and delete all those things that you post. Can Gemini use our uploaded images? Yes, in ChatGPT, Gemini, once you upload all your images, just like in search, right? It is actually in the public domain. Which course name is the one with WhatsApp automation you demonstrate for restaurant? This one is not the course. This one is the application or application. Okay, this one no course. It's the application that I show you. Okay, we talk a great deal about Gemini. What about Copilot? Okay, Casey, Copilot is not a model. Copilot actually use ChatGPT as the model. Copilot is built, of course, by Microsoft, and they are very good. Very good to integrate with all the Microsoft products. So if you are an Office user, you are a Microsoft 365 user, Copilot is good for you. Copilot, okay. But the model is still ChatGPT. The model means they use, because why? About 3 years ago, Microsoft invested $10 billion into ChatGPT, and they're using so-called that as the model. How about DeepSeek? Okay, DeepSeek is from China, right? They was founded by the founder called Liang Wenfeng. Liang Wenfeng actually built DeepSeek, and they created a big hoo-ha in January 2025, right? That's why NVIDIA dropped $600 billion in terms of market share. And DeepSeek is good for what? Chinese so-called searches or China searches, because they are very strong in terms of Chinese data, right? So you want to use, is good for that. And DeepSeek also good to recognize pattern in terms of pattern. And recently I just read people use DeepSeek to speculate share price, because Liang Wenfeng background, he started with financial investment. When he started using AI, he built so-called an AI platform to analyze stock market. So DeepSeek is quite strong in that area. Okay, how to upload those AI platform via smartphone? Google Play, yeah. Most of the AI platform like ChatGPT, Gemini, they also have apps. You can use Google Play Store to download. But please take note, ChatGPT, there are many imitation. There are many so-called look like their logo, and they call themselves chatbot or something GPT, but they're not ChatGPT. So you have to be very careful. Look for OpenAI. Make sure the developer is OpenAI, then that's a real ChatGPT. All right. Okay. So I've done quite a lot of so-called information on that. Huh? Okay, Sherry, I think I should hand over to you because I answered most of the question already.
Yes, can. Thank you, Raymond.
Wow.
Yeah,
I need to have a sip.
I need to. Okay, you go have a sip of drink.
I
I'll
don't
need
stop.
to. Okay, I'll be sharing the links to the slides I'll be sharing, and also at the bottom of it would be Ask Trainings link to the slides that was shared earlier by Raymond. Okay, so now it's my turn. Let me just pull up my slides for today's e-resources.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah.
Okay, so I've shared the slides in the chat box, so please do click on the links to check out more. All right, do download the NLB mobile app if you haven't done so. It's useful and convenient for all things library related, such as borrowing ebooks, checking on NLB programs, and also seat booking and so much more. Right, do scan the QR code for compiled list of NLB's digital team resources on Linktree. It's also the link is also in the chat box. Okay, also do check out NLB's business library to keep up the latest digital skills and elevate your business. This would be the resource recommendations that we have. Yeah, and we've also compiled the upcoming digital programs via the link shown. If I'm going too fast, it's okay. The links are in the chat box because I can't see the chat box at the moment. Okay, how to sign up for the program? So step 1, you browse the list of programs and select the ones that you wish to join. Click on the link provided. The individual program information and registration links will appear upon selection. So next, to register for the chosen program, click on the link that appears. You'll be brought to another form to complete the registration. For successful enrollment, you must complete the registration process through the provided link. All right, so level up your productivity at work this November. Master the latest digital tools, from building websites with no code, creating stunning designs on Canva, to using the right AI tools for your needs. These hands-on interactive programs are designed to let you walk away with new skills and burning questions answered, like today's program. So are you ready to supercharge your productivity? Do scan the QR code to check out more series. Could you sign up to our mailing list? And also last but not least, help us improve by completing a very short feedback form. Let us know what you liked about today's program, what you like to see more of, and how we can improve. Your feedback is definitely valuable to us and would help us to improve and plan future programs. So thank you once again for joining us today.
Yeah, please give us the feedback so that we can improve our session next time.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks. I saw a lot of people say thank you. So good. Right. Thanks for coming and hope you learned something today. Hope to see you
Thank you,
soon.
everybody. Thank you for tonight. Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you, Sherry. All right. Good evening. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right. Later you can contact ASK, right? So you can join my class.
You've got yourself a student.
Yes. So we shall wait for them to leave lah. So at least
Yes, can.
if anyone got any question, we can still answer because we are still 4 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah, good to see people enjoy it. Yeah, I think quite good. So-called response like Sweatley. Always enjoy the workshops created.
True,
That's-
true.
that's good. Thank you all. Have a good evening.